Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're doing an essentials review of this, the Logitech 502X Plus. It's a gaming mouse, but so much more. And I like almost everything about this mouse, except for one little thing. Well, maybe two. Let's tackle the biggest question straight from the beginning. To anyone wondering if using a wireless mouse would hamper their gaming performance, let me tell you right now, no, it will not affect your gaming performance. Why? Well, this thing uses Lightspeed technology from Logitech, which means that you will feel no lag whatsoever. And the clickers are actually optical. The performance is really high. I had my hesitations, but really, seeing the performance, I'm very glad I went with the wireless option because it really helped me declutter my desktop setup. This model is not the only wireless gaming mouse from the G502 series. The X model is also a wireless gaming mouse with almost exactly the same specs. What got me to buy the Plus version is this, the adjustable RGB display. Now you might think this is a bit gimmicky, but if paying an extra $20 or so more doesn't really affect you, then look at it. It is a beaut, especially when it's sitting idle. But this has also become one of my main issues with this mouse, because however pretty the RGB display is, when you're using the mouse, it becomes, well, pretty invisible. This is starting to feel like a trend with Logitech. They have been making these interesting light placement choices. I had a similar thing with their headphones, which I made a dedicated video about. You can watch it here. I know that not everyone is fond of the gamer aesthetic. Some like simpler mouses, like the Apple mouse. And quite frankly, I think I'll never understand this. How do you even hold it? Do you palm it? Do you do a weird grip with your fingertips? I don't know. This is definitely not for me. It is really hard to beat the comfort of the G502 series.
Let me demonstrate what I mean with a quick grip and shake test. Now as you can see, the mouse fits my hand perfectly and it almost feels magnetic. And no matter how hard I try to shake it off, well, you'll see that it does not slip. This is largely thanks to the plastic parts on the right and left side of the mouse, but it's also due to this small extension right under your thumb.
After months of using it, I can tell you that I have experienced no wrist pain whatsoever, despite using it for long hours. Now, this is for all of you who are hobby gamers like myself and who use their mouses throughout the day for other things like work, editing videos. With 11 buttons, all customizable, this mouse will give you the tools to streamline a lot of your workload. Now, as you know, in these essential reviews, we're trying not to get too much into the details, but let me still give you some specs. The G502X Plus is 105 grams. The mouse has an impressive battery life of 120 hours if you're not using the RGB. And if you're using the RGB, the specs, Logitech tells you that it is going to last for 37 hours. And I find that shutting down the mouse after your use extends the battery life significantly. This brings me to the second thing I don't really like about this mouse. When you're trying to turn off the mouse, or on for that matter, you will inevitably press one of these buttons, changing the DPI of the mouse. And that is slightly annoying to me, but of course, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this is one small annoyance. Now, of course, no mouse review is complete without some click sounds. Overall, the G502X Plus is a very good mouse. Not just because it looks cool, but it's also super comfortable. Maybe the most comfortable mouse I've ever used, and it has a very good battery life. It is, however, a bit on the pricey side. It's currently at $149, and if you're not that much into the RGB, you can actually get it for a little cheaper, and I'll add both of the links below, so if you want to check them out, you can check them out there. Alright, this has been it for the essential review of today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.